Hello, this is David Sherry, and what I want to be talking about is how to absolutely center an element in an element of known dimensions. In order to do what we're going to do, we're going to need to perform a calculation, and so the go is, which you don't see too much on the internet, is how to perform calculations concerning determining certain things about the positions of a divide element. Okay, so this is the divide that we're interested in right here. Okay, this is what is called the parent divide, or the outer divide, and this is the sibling divide, or the inner divide. And I want to point out right off the bat that there are no margins. Okay, and so the calculation does not take into account margins. Okay, so anyway, in order to perform the calculation to determine how to absolutely center an element of known dimensions. What I mean by absolutely center is it's like the inner, if you'll notice that the inner is centered absolutely in the center right here. Okay, this is absolutely centered element. All right, and so you're looking at an element that's centered absolutely both vertically and horizontally. All right, and in this particular one, the only thing we really need to worry about is getting what we call the top of the sibling. Okay, and we're looking at this value right here is what we need to get right here. Okay, so let's go to the source so I can show you the source. Okay, this is the source code. So this is the outer divide right here, and this is the inner divide right here. Okay, in terms of the CSS, this is all CSS here. Okay, that you would have with like your style tags. I didn't put the style tags in there. Opening. This should have an opening style tag here, and should have a closing style tag here, and I forgot it. Oh well. Anyway, but anyway, and then your outer divide will be this right here and right here. Okay, and then embedded in the outer divide is the inner divide, which is this right here. And you could have text here, but I don't have no text here. Okay, and what we're interested in is getting the top property of the inner divide, which will, the value that we'll end up wanting to get is 10 pix right here. Okay, so anyway, so what we're trying to do is obtain this right here. Okay, now here's the divide we're looking at now. In order to get the top property of the inner divide, what we'll have to do is we're going to have to subtract 120 pix. All right, that means from 100 pix. Okay, which I say 100 pix from 120 pix. We're going to have to subtract that to get the value. And so 120 minus 100 equals 20. So that'll be 20 pix. Okay, but that's not what is in here, right? So we wanted to figure out how to get that. Okay, so in order to get that, what we need to do is we need to look at this line right here. Okay, all right, to calculate the top property, okay, of the sibling, all right, is that we have to subtract the outer height from the inner height, which we did, and then multiply it by 0.5, and that's all there is to it. And so when you multiply it by 0.5, then what you're going to do is you're going to get this right here. All right. I forgot to put the opening tag, which would be like this right here. Okay, I forgot to put that in there. All right, so I would need script here, and then I would need this right here. I forgot to put that in there. Okay, so anyway, this is what will go in in between your script tags. I mean style, I'm sorry, style, I did it wrong. All right, at style, I need my style tags, I'm sorry. All right, so that's the style tags. So this will be your style sheet right here. Okay, and this will be what would be in the HTML right here. So if you copy this out exactly, you'll be able to get what you want, and then you perform the calculation right here, all right, that I was talking about, and then the end result of performing this calculation, you're going to end up with 10 pix. Okay, so that's all there is to it. It's pretty simple. I just thought I'd show it to you, so you might want to play with it. Pause the video, you know, where you can get the code, and I'll just leave it right there. And so I hope this is useful if you want to calculate out the top property, so you can absolutely center an element of a known dimension. Okay, so the dimensions here, you would have a height of 120 pixels. Okay, and you know have a height, a width here of you have a height of I'm sorry, you have a width of 40%. You have a height of 120 pixels. Okay, you have a width of 100 pixels and a height of 100 pixels. You know, so this is the inner divide, height and width. All right, this is the outer divide, height and width. Okay, and what we're trying to obtain is this right here. All right, so it'll be perfectly done correctly, and you know, and so we need the top property, how far it is from the top, and what I mean is to be how far. Let's say if you're going down like this, you know, let me show you. You know, the top property between here and there, okay, is what you're trying to calculate, and it always comes up correctly when you use this calculation right here. So anyway, put it back here so you see the code. Make sure that you get the style tags. And this is David Cherry. I hope this is useful to you. And you know, programming takes a little effort, but it's worth it. And this will help you understand how to calculate things on your own when you're having a long, hard day trying to figure things out. And so I just wish you the best, and I thank you very much.